I love the heart of Fable Reads. I've always believed that storytelling and humor and connection is the very soul of what makes great radio. So partnering with them to be able to bring these stories to life, I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Hi, my name is Lwamkelo Chikini and I am the producer and as well as a voiceover artist. It is honesty, kindness, as well as hard work. And when it comes to honesty, the importance of being truthful. And when it comes to kindness, being able to understand as well as show empathy. And there's also hard work. It shows that there is no shortcuts. And I think these values are really quite important in our daily life.
My name is Annelisa Kana and I am the recordist and the editor of Fable Reads. Bringing the stories to life was so much fun, from recording the voiceovers to editing them. And the stories have such powerful meaning in them, so it was such a great experience to work on.
Hi, my name is Ayabonga Pasia. I'm one of the voiceover artists for the Fables. The impact of this project, I hope it's going to help South African and international children to increase their vocabulary and help them to know better about the back then stories. This project has grown me to be a professional, versatile voiceover artist, and it has given me a chance to express my voice in different characters, all thanks to the Fable Reads.
Hi, my name is Asemahle Taboshe and I'm one of the voiceover artists for Fable Reads stories. I believe that it's important to teach children these stories in isiXhosa because it teaches them and improves their listening and language skills, and it fosters their imagination, all while teaching them emotional intelligence. This project meant a lot for me because it taught me and reminded me of the stories that my grandmother used to tell me late at night, those fairy tales or folk stories that we used to have as children and as a family, because those stories brought us together.
Hello, my name is Muhle Fata and I'm one of the voiceover artists for Fable Reads. I see these stories building bridges between cultures in a way that one would expect because of the different geographic locations for different cultures and those animals which are indigenous to those locations, that different cultures would have different animals that symbolize certain meanings. But we find that what a lion means for one culture is the same for another culture, which is strength, power, courage, and braveness. And in that comes the mother tongue, of which the languages may be different. For example, in isiXhosa, a lion is ingonyama. In isiZulu, libubesi. But in Turkish, it's aslan. But all of these animals have the same symbolism, regardless of the differences or disparities in their culture. They all mean power, strength, braveness, and courage. And I think that's a beautiful way of bridging and linking cultures together. Well, this project nurtures connections in a way that it teaches stories that are quickly to learn, lessons that are very easy to grasp, and these are lessons that children will also be able to grasp quite easily at very young ages. And from that young age, it can cross over into a different generation, teaching the next generation those lessons. So it's quite a beautiful transitioning of information, transmitting of information rather, from one generation to the next.
Hi everyone, my name is Violwetu Lamani and I was one of the voiceovers for Fable Reads. As a filmmaker rooted in South Africa, Fable Reads truly feels like homecoming. So growing up, I was surrounded by stories told in isiXhosa, where they were told around the fires, in the classroom, through music, stories that spoke of wisdom, humor, and identity. So this project connects deeply with my values because it preserves and celebrates indigenous narratives. This project brings Ubuntu to life by reminding us that our stories are not just our own. They belong to our communities and our ancestors and our future. It shows that when we share our voices, we build connections, healing, and pride through storytelling. We see each other more clearly, and this is what Ubuntu is. I am because we are.
My name is Poseto Javu, and I was a voiceover artist. I've learned on how to project my voice and how to engage with my listeners and to bring the characters of the story into life and to be very comfortable when I'm in studio recording. Actually, when I saw the stories, they reminded me of my childhood days. Back in the day, my grandmother used to read for me and my brothers until we fell asleep. And I do the same norm as well for my own child. I read to her as well. I saw the stories because when I see them, I don't just value them. I value them like my religion because they trade good memories with the people that we love.